flowing, roots run free, sunlight shining endlessly. Every channel, every seed, hydroponics gives what plants need. Growing together, steady and true, sharing knowledge, guiding you through. Balance of water, oxygen, light. The future is growing healthy and bright.
The world is changing faster than ever before. Populations are growing, land is shrinking, and water is becoming one of our scarcest resources. Yet, every one of us still needs food on the table every single day. Hydroponics is not just about growing plants without soil. It's about growing smarter, saving water, protecting our future, and unlocking opportunities where traditional farming simply cannot. It's about taking control of food security, creating jobs, and building systems that can work anywhere, even in the harshest conditions. In this journey, I'll show you how hydroponics gives us the power to grow more with less, and why it's becoming one of the most important skills of the 21st century. My name is Wynand Besuidenhout, owner of Grow Machines, engineer, innovator, and the inventor of the internationally patented Hallelujah hydroponic system. And I'll be your guide through this series. When we look at this slide, it's not just numbers. It's a glimpse into what the future of agriculture and maybe even the future of our planet could look like. The world's population curve isn't just rising. It is skyrocketing, and with it, the demand for food, water, and land. Traditional farming cannot keep up without destroying the very ecosystems we depend on. But hydroponics flips that equation. It saves water instead of draining it. It reduces fertilizer waste instead of polluting rivers, and it grows food where there was nothing before. And here's something people don't consider. Hydroponics is a direct weapon against global warming. Not because of machines, not because of expensive technology, but because of something far older and more perfect: photosynthesis. While engineers are building billion-dollar devices to pull CO2 out of the atmosphere, every single hydroponic leaf is already doing it for free, every second of every day. Now, combine that with desert farming. Imagine endless sand dunes, thought to be dead forever, suddenly covered with rows of green hydroponic systems. Every crop capturing carbon. Every harvest producing not only food, but biomass. And that biomass is not waste. It's opportunity. I tested this myself. On my farm, we had mountains of tomato offcuts. Now, people will tell you that cattle can't eat tomato plants. But we let the offcuts wilt a few days, and the cattle stormed them like it was a buffet. They grew fat on what the world calls waste. And in that moment, I saw the bigger picture. In deserts, those byproducts can feed cattle or any other animals. The cattle return the favor with manure and microbes and hooves that turn sand into soil. And from soil comes grass. From grass, trees, and suddenly, you're not just producing food, you're starting a chain reaction of recovery. So, when we say why hydroponics matters, it's not only about statistics. It's about rewriting the story of deserts, of food security, of climate change. It's about turning problems into solutions and waste into wealth. It's about restoring balance while feeding the future. That's why space agencies and companies like SpaceX and NASA are experimenting with hydroponic systems. Out there, in the vacuum of space, in zero gravity, and in the harsh conditions of other planets, there is no soil, no rivers, no farmland waiting for us. But with hydroponics, we can still grow fresh vegetables and recycle every drop of water with almost no waste. And it doesn't stop there. These plants are not only food factories, they're life support systems. While they grow, they take in carbon dioxide, the very gas astronauts exhale, and convert it into oxygen. In other words, hydroponics doesn't just feed us in space, it helps us breathe in space. So, with every lettuce leaf, every tomato plant, every root system floating in zero gravity, we are not just producing food. We are capturing carbon, creating oxygen, and building closed-loop ecosystems that make survival beyond Earth possible. Hydroponics is more than a farming technology. It's the closest thing we have to carrying Earth's life support system with us into the stars. But let's come back to Earth for a moment. In fact, let's come back to South Africa. We face some of the biggest challenges right here. Unemployment, poverty, and the land debate that has divided our nation for decades. But what if hydroponics could be part of the solution? Did you know that just 1 hectare of hydroponics can create 20 or more jobs? That's not theory, that's real. It's practical employment. And it doesn't stop there. Behind every one of those jobs is a family being supported, children being fed, and communities finding hope. But hydroponics is more than jobs. It offers a real, workable answer to the land debate. Instead of arguing how many hectares you need to survive on soil farming, hydroponics makes it possible to be productive on a fraction of the land. You don't need 500 hectares. You can thrive on one. Suddenly, land is no longer a limitation. That changes the conversation completely. And then think of the ripple effect. The crops produced in hydroponics don't just go to market. They're bought, they're processed, they're packaged, they're transported, and they're sold again. That means entire value chains are created. Traders, transporters, processors, markets or marketers, all finding opportunity from that 1 hectare. So, hydroponics isn't just about food, it's about dignity, it's about jobs, it's about transforming the land debate into a land of opportunity. It's about giving South Africans the tools not just to survive, but to build businesses, create livelihoods, and unlock a future of hope. And that's why, right here at home, hydroponics matter. Now, let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions we face here in South Africa. Many people think hydroponics means tunnels or greenhouses, but that's not true. Greenhouses and tunnels are structures that protect the plants. They shield them from wind, hail, birds, pests, and sometimes even extreme cold. But that's all they do. They don't make the plants grow. Hydroponics, on the other hand, is what actually makes the plants grow. It's the system that delivers water, oxygen, and nutrients directly to the roots. That's the engine of growth. Now here's the interesting part. Hydroponics itself can also offer protection. In cold weather, we can use root zone heating. In hot weather, we can use root zone cooling. So we're not only feeding the plant, we're also protecting it right at the roots, where it matters most. And do we always need greenhouses? Not necessarily. In fact, here in warmy South Africa, our climate has proven that net houses, simple structures with shade netting, are often far more effective. They allow good airflow, reduce excessive heat buildup, and still protect crops against harsh sunlight, hail, and pests. And because they're less expensive than full greenhouses, they make hydroponics much more affordable and scalable. So, the key message is this: greenhouses protect, hydroponics grows. They can complement each other beautifully, but don't confuse them. Hydroponics is the real driver. It's what puts food on the table. When most people start out in hydroponics, their first instinct is, I'll need a greenhouse. But here's the question: do you really? The truth is, sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. Greenhouses are excellent when you need very high levels of control, like in Europe or cold climates. But in South Africa, where we have abundant sun and warmer conditions, a simple net house often performs just as well, and sometimes even better. It allows airflow, prevents overheating, and still protects crops from hail, birds, and pests. and it comes at a fraction of the cost. So the real question isn't, do I need a greenhouse? The real question is, what does my crop need to thrive in my specific environment? And that's what this course is all about. Not the structure, but the life support system that makes plants grow. By the time we're done, you'll have the insight to decide for yourself. Do you invest in a greenhouse, or is your money better spent on the system that actually drives growth? I tested this myself on my own farm in Standerton, the third coldest place in South Africa. I grew crops both inside greenhouses and outside in the open. And you know what happened? Inside the greenhouses, I had severe issues with mildew. But outside, with no protection at all, the production outperformed the greenhouses by far. Of course, you always have to assess your risks, weather, pests, and your specific crop. But the lesson is clear. Don't assume a greenhouse automatically means better results. Sometimes simpler is actually smarter. And that brings us to the end of episode 2. In episode 3, we'll open up the world of possibilities, the crops you can grow, the categories of hydroponics, and the mediums we typically use in these systems. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I'm Wynand Besuidenhout, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.